the rise of the new content creator for 2025. And on this video, I'm going to show you the up and coming things that are getting ready to happen within this new system, that if you do not catch on and get on board, you will be left behind. Now, some of these things you probably find a little hard to believe, but they are actually moving forward, going to be a whole lot different than what you were used to. Because remember, the system that we're talking about is no longer really geared by just the content creator itself, but it's also being turned by the new AI system that is implemented all throughout this system. So we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of these things that are coming to fruition pretty soon, right? The first one we will talk about is number one. Of course, the AI generated content. There will be more AI generated content that you will not be able to recognize from being just human content. Now, I do have some notes here that I want to go over just so that I do not miss any key points. So if you see me looking, this is what I'm looking at. The AI system will grow into popularity as they move forward with the AI and the ML combined system that is going to take place in the near future. Number two, sustainable and social impact. The sustainable and social impact will gain traction where more viewers will crave educational content over entertainment content, which will develop in more evergreen videos being pushed out into the system, where now you might not see a lot of people jumping on board and watching those videos that are helping the content creator become better at the YouTube system of today. You will see a lot more people gravitating to those because people are going to start craving to know more about this new AI system and how it can work for them. So just a little hint, get in on the train early so that way when everybody else does it, it just pushes you further along. Number three, content on platform decentered. Basically saying on that one, and this is starting to get a little technical, so I have to really look at the notes that I got. So far as the creator and the platform, it will challenge and more. That's why I kind of got stuck, because I didn't read the whole thing. Decentered content will challenge traditional models. So for the ones that are stuck in the past, moving forward with the new content creator that is on the rise, if you don't get out of that old way of thinking, you're going to have a hard time progressing moving forward, because the new wave is in and it is here to stay with the new AI generated system. And if you are stuck in the past, unfortunately, a lot of that way of thinking will not carry you over into the future of where YouTube is going. So jump on board early so that way you'll benefit from it, which is going to have a lot of people getting ready to say some things about some stuff I'm getting ready to tell you. Well, number four is enhanced community engagement features. Why it's so important now to really get focused in with your community, because the community or your viewers are going to play a big major part in this conversion. You're going to start seeing a lot of community board updates and polls, as well as community boards will be treated such as newsletters. Like some jobs print up newsletters to get information out. The new content creators are now going to start using those boards more like a social newsletter, so to speak. Try to kind of get your attention to their channel or get information out to you. and also promote other content creators. And I myself have used that tactic as well to help other content creators move along. Number 5. Sorry, y'all. My throat is getting dry. Here's a big one that a lot of people aren't going to be able to accept. But niche content challenge is going to be a lot of micro community content creators that's going to not only focus on one niche, because I really hate to break this to you. Even in the past, it made it better for people to focus on what you're saying. But in order to move forward, you're going to have to learn how to have multiple niches running through your channel with one main focus. And that is going to be where you as the creator are going to have to step up on your game of your creativity, as to where one niche used to bring people to your channel, no longer so. You'll also see on my channel where I was experimenting.
Y'all, so here I go again with tongue tying my words. Experimenting on my channel.
To formulate my channel by putting both the 2 categories that runs through this whole platform: educational and entertainment. And when you learn how to merge the 2, then your platform is set up for greatness. A lot of people are catching trends or waves that are helping them propel, but without the knowledge in order to keep it moving forward, you're going to lose a lot of your viewers, because you're going to be stuck in the old way of doing things, and you're not going to know how to progress. And by the time you finally catch up to progress with this information, because of that AI ML system, you're going to be further behind. It is going to be really hard for you to catch up. So right now it's time to get in and start implementing this stuff into your channels. Number 6, where in the past a lot of people told you that this really wasn't good unless you had a large following. Well, here's the thing. Because of what we're going to talk about next, with the closing down of a lot of social sites as far as monetary value to the content creator, a lot of people are now going to start flocking back over where it was before. They were leaving YouTube to go try to make money elsewhere because they were having such a hard time trying to figure out the YouTube platform. Now they're going to be running back to YouTube, because YouTube is going to essentially be the main source for everybody to make funding here. That's why it's so important for the company as a whole, the YouTube company as a whole, to kind of change stipulations in how things are ran. Because as those platforms begin to shut down, as far as monetary value-wise, and content creators come over, now you're going to have people with large followings moving over to the platform. But I will tell you this, they will put stipulations on this where you probably can't use that content over here. You're probably going to start seeing more of that being released, and they're going to put stipulation as to if you do use that, you will probably not get paid for what you're doing. And they're also going to make you possibly, face demonetization, being demonetized if you try to break through that barrier. So for those that always like creating other channels, then just telling your following, hey, come over here to me, and you try to implement what you got going over here, well, it's not going to work, right? It might work initially as they weed out the large amount of content creators that's moving over this way, but it will not work for you long term. And what you're going to be left with is a whole bunch of subscribers with not a lot of views. And we already know views equal watch time hours. So, number 6, where a lot of people think this is not really good for smaller platforms, I strongly suggest you start getting on your live stream. Start doing lives. Also start doing real time interaction, something similar to what I have been doing, walking people through my growth as I'm going through it, taking them along, and not just taking them along, but telling them to implement this information so they too can blow up. We all may blow up at different times, but make no bones about it. If you do what you're supposed to do and you follow everything the way it's set up, and you implement it and learn it as you go, your channel too will grow. But if you remain stuck in that old way of thinking, then your channel will not. Number 7. Here's another one that's not going to be able to people to wrap around their brains. Where in the past, short form versus long form content did much better in. First, it started off, let's give you a little background. Short form video, when it first came out on the YouTube platform, they had issues with it because they couldn't get their system to kind of decipher what was short and what was long form. That's why they changed the requirement of the short form video. The short form video first started off as just 15 to 30 or 60 seconds, right? And now it's to 3 minutes. 3 minutes used to be considered a long form video. It is no longer considered a long form video. 3 minutes, well, under 3 minutes, will get you categorized in the short form, not the long form when it comes to your watch hours. So make sure it's a little longer than that. And you want to also make sure it's probably within 3.5, 4 minutes, leading up to about 10 minutes, I would say, because really that's all you really need, especially if you're going to be putting out a large quantity of videos. And the reason why I stress a large quantity of videos, because the more videos you have in the platform, the better your chances of tapping into this new algorithm. 1 or 2 videos will probably, if you're extremely blessed, because I don't like to use the word lucky, you might end up getting a lot of views on that one video. But if you're not, and you get, let's play the devil advocate here. Let's say that you do get a lot of views on that video for the first couple of days to a week. What happens when that video dies out and you're no longer getting those views on that video, right? That one video that you have in the system where somebody else went and put 5 videos for that week, or 7 videos for that week, or 21 videos for that week, is accumulating more viewers. And when theirs die out and they continue to do the same thing, well, that's even more opportunity to have better, more views, which equals more watch time, which equals more money on their channel. So, short form videos, when they first started, they had a problem. They fixed that problem. And now they separated to, if anything's up under 3 minutes, it's going to be considered short form. If anything's over, it could be considered long form. Now, some people like to think you have to go round and rampant for 20 minutes of talking. Actually, you do not, right? It can be a good area of how much time you should spend on a video. Really, if you're putting up multiple videos, are probably 7 to 8 minutes. If you can push it out between that. 10 minutes and going up to 20 minutes is kind of really long. And everybody keep telling you this because it's not a myth. With our attention span nowadays, you're not going to keep people engaged. And if they click off your video too soon with this 20-minute video, you're not going to get the watch time hours that you need to get. And by the way, short form videos, put it on a separate channel instead of the channel that you're doing, unless you're using those short form videos to gain attraction to what you're saying. Then, all good. But in this new system, I don't really recommend doing that just yet. Not with this. Right? Number 8. Increase in integration, which is basically interlocking or combining with e-commerce, which is sales online, will promote interaction with who? The most important component, moving forward, the viewer. So you're going to see a lot of information about you signing up for e-commerce, trying to sell something on the platform. I strongly suggest, if you don't have anything right now, you probably want to look into signing up with either Shopify, Amazon, or other e-commerce sites in order to run stuff through your platform, such as Alibaba, in order to get items you can sell. Or I'm sure YouTube probably going to come up with their own collection of stuff that you could sell and push on your platform, where they're going to get a percentage. And by the way, as it currently stands, they get 30% and you get 70% of anything ran through their platform. Okay? Now, we all need to get with it. The times are changing. And it's now the rise of the new content creator 2025. As always, I will bring you this information as fast as I learn it. I will try to get it out to you so that way you're not behind, or you're not being tricked to go buy these courses unless these people are trying to give you one-on-one service. All right? As always, be your brothers and sisters keeper. Keep God first. Learn your system in your business. And toodles.